Why, hello, and welcome back to another episode of Voice of the Rings. I'm your host and guide, Zollin Ironshield, here on Voice of the Rings, and today we are going to start a brand new playthrough series of a new game that's Dwarves! I love Dwarves! You know, here I'm a Lord of the Rings channel, mainly gaming, voiceovers, I do all that. But today, we're going to do a playthrough of this series. If there's anything to voice over, I will voice it over, but they got some pretty good voiceover stuff too, so we're going to have a blast, we're going to have fun. I actually originally found this game just randomly on Steam, and I played it during my birthday stream, if you see on the channel, my most recent one, 2024. And so that's where we're starting here. So, don't know how long the series will be, don't know how big the game is, don't know any of that. I just know it's awesome, and it's Dwarves. So, with no further ado, let's get into it, guys. The Dwarves, welcome everyone, and if you do enjoy the video, somewhere in the middle or end, like and subscribe, be wonderful if I earn it. All right, let's start it up. So campaign, brand new, here we go. Very excited.
Fracas made us from stone to protect Guard. Against orcs, ogres, and all the other beasts of Tion. We are the guardians of Guard. We are the children of the divine smith. We are Dwarves!
Yes. Alright, so we played only a little bit during my live stream, so we're going to play through the whole series of the game is my goal for this series. I'll make a little playlist here on the channel Voice of the Rings, so you guys can follow along if you want to, whenever, no matter when you're watching this. I'd be very happy if you're watching this right when it comes out or in the future. But here we go. So there's a serious battle going on. Again, I only played a tiny bit of the game, so I didn't really, you're going to see most of my first reactions, but if you want to see my direct first reaction of this part on my stream, you can check that out after this video. Or watch the next video in the series. Barukazad! Dwarves! Look at how cool this game looks, you guys. Oh my gosh! I forgot how good it looked when I played it.
Understood!
It's like a gem. Now, apparently this game is based on an actual book series that I was not aware of, but I might check it out in the future.
Understood!
Again, most likely inspired by Tolkien himself, no doubt. Oh, the music is awesome! Now, I did find out the hard way that I could fall off cliffs. So, apparently, right-click, the only thing you can't see with my camera are some little setting buttons at the bottom. They got, you know, the pause. This is, I guess, our goal. We need to kill 60 of the attackers, and I must survive. That is my goal, all right? And then I got something else, but that's not really him. I got some different abilities.
On my way!
I got charge, I got an axe, like, hitting the ground, and I have a leap.
All right.
It's really cool game mechanics, and you just right-click to attack things. Come here, fight me!
Stay dead! Understood! And again!
Alright, hold the line, Dwarves! Oh man, this isn't looking too good. Oh man, look at the camera angles in this game look awesome, by the way.
Dandelion! A present from the workshop!
Oh really? Go over to the chest and click on it as soon. Use, okay.
Understood!
What do we got here?
I'd be happy to pass on this present to the greenskins.
Oh!
On the way!
Let's do it! Aha! I can throw bombs! Dwarves would figure out how to use explosives.
Come here, you!
Nice. Alright, get out of here, orcs.
Come here, you!
I should be able to, like, knock them off the bridge, too.
Understood! Come here, you! Stay dead! Alright!
Wow, I'm taking some damage here, guys. Don't let them get to the gate! Oh man, there's not many dwarves left.
Come here, you! Charge!
Uh-oh. My health bar's not looking so hot. Oh, I'm knocked out because of my own bomb. Alright. This is not looking so good.
Come here, you!
Get out of here, orcs.
My king! What are you doing here?
Giselbert Ionai, the father of the Fifthling clan, has not been on the front line of battle against the creatures of Tion for many cycles. The king surveys the battlefield and the defenders with a grave expression.
We are too few.
This you know as well as he does. But there will be no reinforcements arriving. Hundreds of brave warriors lie inside the fortress dying. The illness is running rampant. It brings weakness and death.
Stay at your posts. Be as steadfast as the granite of which we are made. Nothing can break us. Vrakas is with us.
Ah, dwarves! Alright, so now I get to change between characters? Oh, sweet! Alright, oh, they got the big boys. Oh, sweet. Okay. So I can sweep them. That ability. Oh, it's hammer time! I love it.
That's not yet possible. On my way.
It's hammer time. There, it knocks him off the bridge. So you can switch between your characters. That's cool, cool. Dude, take down the trolls! Man, cinematically, this is awesome to watch.
It will be so.
I decided to do this in video form because I can record it very nicely for you then. While the game is paused, spacebar can give commands to several heroes. Oh. Really?
Yes.
Oh, cool. Okay. Cool. That's cool.
Come here, you!
So I can pause it to like think what I want to do for my plays here.
What?
That's cool! What? This mechanics in this game are, this is like a secret game that no one knew was so amazing. I'm sure there's some of you who are watching this who knew about this game when it came out, but I feel like I missed out when it first came out. But not today, we're not missing out.
It will be so.
We're gonna be playing this series on the channel. It'll be very fun. So if this sounds fun to you, like and subscribe, my friends. Oh yeah, hammer time! Alright. The trolls are down. Move in, men! Or in this case, dwarves.
Over there. It will be so.
All right! Understood! Charge!
He can fall off, by the way. Oh no! I'm pretty sure I just knocked up one of my own dwarves. Oh no. I feel so bad, I didn't know I could knock them off too. Oh no! Oh no! I knocked up a bunch of the orcs when I got one of my own dwarves. I know.
Time.
Oh no, casualties of war.
Understood! Last thought? Charge!
We gotta get to the... Keep moving forward, dwarves! So they have like a mana, which is the thing underneath.
On the way!
Oh, I see. I can use him to push forward. That's cool.
Another one gone. For fracas.
Oh, yeah, I'm so into this now. Let's get him, boys.
Another one gone.
Come here, you!
Hang in there, dwarves.
It will be so.
Hang in there, laddies.
Off with you.
music makes it so much more epic.
Come here, you! Ha!
There we go, we got one.
Yes?
And again!
Hang in there, laddies. Yeah, get the catapult. We did it.
These are the ones who attacked us in the tunnels. We suffered great losses beating them back.
Come here and I'll split you like a straw, you treacherous elf!
In his fury, the old
So
king
is the
radiates a
elf.
ferocious power that none of Citalia's children could withstand. But the slight, willowy being sitting astride the shadow mare just grins down, mockingly.
You are mistaken. We are Alpha. We are here to destroy the elves.
All peace-loving beings here in Girdlegard are under our protection, and you cannot open the gate that has barred your path into Girdlegard since the creation of the world.
Not us, but perhaps one of your kind.
This cannot be. Silence, you fool! Vrakas, forgive me for what I am about to do.
Quickly, in formation! You must hold them back until I close the gate!
So wait, do the dwarves guard all of the all the races? It's not just the dwarves?
All right! Ha!
And he's not an elf from what he said, even though he does look like an elf, so I can understand the,
On my way!
maybe he is an elf. I don't know, we'll find out later.
All right! Ha!
Laddies! Hold the door!
Come here, you!
Ooh, those arrows are doing some work.
And stay
Did I
there!
just hear an eagle? Look at this view. Look at this giant, it's awesome. Gotta look at it from the archer's perspective.
That's that! Ha! That's that!
Get him, archers, fire!
All right! Ha! Understood!
So I have to be careful because I can hit my own guys. Apparently there's friendly fire. He's doing it.
All right! On the way!
I'm gonna kill you all. Come here. Well, it's shut. That's not good.
Look at me. I am Syntheras, the reaper of your death. I will take your life, and the land will take your soul.
Get out of my sight, pointy ears, and let me delight at the closed gate a little longer.
The gate may have closed, but when you rise again from the dead by the power of the land, you will be one of us, and you will open it.
Never! My soul belongs to Vrakas.
No, your soul now belongs to the land, and henceforth you will belong to it forever. Now die, and return. Then hand us Girdlegard.
Dang.
You're a perfectionist, Tungdale Bolafar.
I've got a reputation to uphold. If you can't rely on the metalwork of a dwarf, what can you rely on?
Cool. All right, here we go, guys. The music's awesome. It's awesome music. I got a reputation. What can I do for you?
What can I do for you?
Oh, he's
For
gonna
me,
say it.
nothing. It's Lot Yonan. He wants to see you in his study.
In your mind, you go through all the recent incidents that might have annoyed the Magus. Apart from a few little squabbles with his famuli, nothing worth mentioning happened since the incident with your beard. You nod.
Okay. You look dreadful.
What a charmer.
The maid gives you an ironic, reprimanding scowl.
Ikana has been crying half the night.
When you were teething, I carried you around the vaults. You played with my beard and I sang you to sleep.
Prada smiles. She's heard this story many times before.
That was 23 cycles ago. But I'm quite sure you didn't sing. You might have grumbled a bit.
If what you've read about the dwarven lifespan is true, it'll be another 300 sun cycles and more before you are called to the Eternal Forge. The certainty of one day having to witness Frala's death already burdens your heart.
I'd better not keep the Magus waiting.
See you later. There's goulash for dinner.
So this guy, he's a younger dwarf, and he knows he's gonna live somewhere over 300 years, but obviously he helped raise her from a baby, and since she's a human, she's not gonna live 300 years. That's what they were pointing out there in the story. All right, let's explore. This is so cool. Okay, this has a very forget what are these games called? Leave a comment. You guys remember. Kind of like Baldur's Gate 3, Divinity 2 kind of style game, right? There's other games too that are like this, obviously. Like what's the isn't battle take an axe? Ooh, I'll take a battle axe. All right. So what do we got here? We got some buttons down here. I got my little profile. So we look like we have HP, we have 1,800 health, 0 injuries, we have a level thing with XP, we have 2 different skills, we have Stubborn, passive, if his health is less than 30%, Tungdale gains bonus on armor and damage, okay, cool, and then he's got Blacksmith's Blow, a mighty blow dealing lots of damage to a few enemies, and throws them back, has a cooldown, and damage, I guess, is 23, and I think the 3 on the left is the cost of using the ability is my guess. We'll know more as we play, but I think that's what it was, like the beginning. We have some gold. We have an amulet, Florar's amulet, a symbol of protection that Tungil has forged for her. So I just forged this for her. That's what he was forging, by the way, at the beginning of the video here. Provisions. All right, cool. Let's go ahead and see what else we can find in this room. This is very cool. Diablo has this downward style, but I don't know if it's very similar.
There was a time when you could hardly lift the heavy hammer. Now you barely notice it anymore, and it feels like an extension of your arm. Smithing is in your blood.
Aye, we dwarves do like our metals. Shows all the swords behind me. Dark crystals. Hence the Arkenstone hanging right here. It's kind of tiny, though, for you guys in this particular layout of my camera at the time. All right, let's go ahead and check it out. This is fun. So again, I'm just going to chilly play through this game. I'll do voiceovers if there's anything I need to voice over. It looks like so far they've had lots of their voiceover scenes, which is awesome. We got something here.
You've worked a bit more on Sunya's birthday present last night. The little one is crazy about horses. You, on the other hand, prefer to keep your distance unless you're fitting them with hooves. Too many legs and way too big. Everything you know about dwarves you learnt from books. The divine smith created the dwarves, and from time to time you make him an offering of some crumbs of gold. It's the most valuable thing you have to offer Vracus.
Interesting. Okay, so he's kind of like... He's been raised then, it sounds like, by maybe humans? Interesting.
Hey, groundling! Come to the kitchen, we need you.
Jolison, a 4th degree famulus and your favorite foe among the students of magic, gives you a disparaging glance and disappears without waiting for your reply.
Wait, is this Hogwarts? No, just kidding. That would be pretty funny. All right. Who's this guy? Oh no, it's showing me down there.
Lot Yonan's vaults are equipped with laboratories, a library, and private rooms for the famuli. Together with the forge, the kitchen, and the other utility rooms, it makes up quite an impressive complex. But compared to the courts of the other magi, the seat of power in Yonandar is small and modest.
cool. We're slowly like learning about the world. This is a really well done game. What the heck? And again, I know normally I'm a Lord of the Rings channel, but I do have excursions that I do here on the channel. But this one, since it's dwarves, and obviously there's a lot of inspiration. Tolkien's the father of fantasy, right? So a lot of these dwarves, elves, men.
Of the 200 or so people selected to learn the art of magic under Lot Yonan, there's barely a handful of them you can stand the sight of. You're not at all interested in magic in all its elusiveness and whimsy. Your realm is the Forge.
Aye. Nice and hot. Glowing embers. All right, let's see. What's over here?
Hey, what are you doing, groundling? We're still eating here. Why don't you go and get your own portion?
We're a groundling. What are we, a chipmunk now?
The blacksmith. Do you want something?
Did a horse bolt while you were trying to shoe it? It's certainly not on our plates.
Gee. Gain some experience. It says I have some more rations now. Yeah, so I have a couple more rations. What's in here?
Tangdale! Quick! Or the goulash will get burnt!
You immediately recognize what the problem is. A chain running over a pulley for positioning the cauldron is detached from its mounting, and the cauldron stuck in the fireplace. It's a heavy load, and none of the famuli, who feel superior even during kitchen duty, dare do anything. They might burn their fingers, or even get a bit dirty.
It'd be a waste of goulash. And I'm hungry. Here, hold this.
Examine it.
With as much concern in your voice as you can muster, you say,
Oh, no, this doesn't look good.
You're pleased to notice he's dripping with sweat.
I'll get you back for this, groundling!
Do you remember when you dyed my beard with some magic spell? I had to shave it off.
You stroke your beard, which is unusually short for a dwarf.
Damn it! Ah, it's heavy!
The young human forces through his pursed lips, letting the pot sink a little.
Don't you dare ruin my goulash, boy!
The cook with beefy forearms glares at the young man, and after a brief moment,
amazing.
He tries harder.
What great storytelling. Alright, I'm gonna repair it.
You damned freak!
For a moment, you hope the famulus really does raise his hand to you. But then he comes to his senses and leaves the kitchen, his face bright red.
What a pair you are!
Alright, I gained some experience for that. What's over here?
I am your godfather, little one. I'll look after you, just like I looked after your mother.
Little Akana grasps your calloused finger and smiles at you wide-eyed.
Cute. So that's so apparently is the mom the maid girl?
The beer that is delivered to the vaults is supposed to be the best beer in Idderslane. It's certainly your favorite beer, but you haven't drunk enough other beers to truly know.
That is
Vegetables, bread, cheese, but the cook is not to be trifled with. Many painful knuckles have taught you that she knows how to handle her heavy wooden spoon, and that she may possibly have eyes in the back of her head.
Do you know what Lot Yonan wants?
The maid gives you an amused look. She has often accused you of making things more complicated than necessary.
Do you know what Lot Yonan...
The maid gives...
okay. Alright, well, let's go talk to him. I'm pretty sure I did this last time, but if I try to run out, of the bay. Oh, there's something here.
A map of Girdlegard. The kingdoms of the humans are marked, but the map maker's focus was the magic realms of the Magi. Yonandar, Brandokai, Leos Nudin, Oromira, Saborian, and Tuguria. While most of the landscape features are missing, the veins of the magic fields are marked in painstaking precision. 5 veins spread out under Girdlegard, beginning at Leos Nudin in the middle.
Cool. It's really cool how like you could like you're like inside the roof to see where he's walking.
I should speak to Lord Yonan first. He doesn't like to be kept waiting.
You mumble and wonder when you started speaking thoughts like this out loud.
I should speak to Lord Yonan first.
Alright, let's go speak to Lot Jotun. Is that how you say his name? This music is so happy, I love it.
Master Lord Yonan, Frala told me you wished to speak with me.
Ah, Tungdil, come in. There is a bag over there in the cupboard. Take it out, please. It contains artifacts belonging to my former famulus Goren. I wish to return them to him. He's in Blacksaddle, 300 miles away.
300 miles? That's a long journey. Who are you going to entrust with this?
I was thinking of you.
Me?
There is no one better to take on this journey. You have acquired much knowledge. You are almost a scholar. You know more than most famuli about Girdlegard and its inhabitants. It is time for you to go out into the world and see it with your own eyes.
With pleasure. What's in the bag?
Magical devices. You better leave the bag closed if you want to avoid any accidents. Dwarves don't really like magic, and magic doesn't like you either.
Rakus gave us so much craftsmanship that there's no space left in our bodies for magic.
Strictly speaking, every time you've been too close to magic, it has ended in catastrophe.
Perhaps I'll meet some dwarves on my travels.
Yes, perhaps. But don't hold out too much hope. And be careful who you talk to. Not everyone out there likes dwarves.
Yeah, goblins. They abduct baby dwarves and sell them to magi, from what I've heard.
Not the best bit of business I've ever done. But what was I to do? The Longnoses threatened to throw you into the nearest river. Be on your guard. Look after the bag and don't lose it. May Palandiel be with you. And Varakas too, of course.
I'll set off immediately. I'll see you soon, Lord Yonan.
I like this guy. Seems like a nice guy. Be very surprised if he somehow turned into a bad guy in the future. Highly doubt it.
Lot Yonan didn't just take you in. He also taught you how to read and write. But you don't feel like reading right now. Especially as you already know all the books by heart.
Wow. So since I'm probably... he took me in as a baby dwarf and he's an older person. It's probably been... What? Maybe he's been teaching me for like 50 years? And I probably read most of the books in that time. So I'm a pretty young dwarf. I'm probably in my 50s. So... Pretty much... barely an adult in Tolkien's dwarves. 50 years old is considered like 18 years old for a human.
Hello, Frala. I need provisions for 300 miles.
You're grinning from ear to ear. Finally, you've got the chance to see something of the world.
300? Tungdil, that's no errand. That's an epic journey. Wait, I've got just the right thing. But make sure the cook doesn't see.
I'm going to Blacksaddle to return a few things to a former apprentice in the Magus.
You pocket the rye bread, sausages, and ham. Enough food for the first few days of your journey.
Perhaps I'll even meet some dwarves on the way.
Frala throws you a cautious glance. It's a tricky subject that you can't help but broach.
There aren't dwarves down here. You're the only one in Idderslane as far as we know.
I know, but I can't just have been born out of a rock.
Somewhere in the mountains, I have a clan. Maybe even a family.
Yes. Maybe.
Frala has reminded you more than once that Lot Yonan wrote to the dwarf clans and none of them were missing a dwarf boy.
Interesting.
I've got a present for you.
You take out a symbol of protection that you've carefully made from 3 horseshoe nails.
It's not the finest jewelry in Girdlegard.
One look at Frala's face makes it clear that...
Because you don't see me as an oddity, and you're like a little sister to me.
You could have said.
Sorry.
But you settle with a shrug and a crooked smile.
I have to go. I've got a long journey ahead of me.
Basically, she really liked it. Can I...
I wish you the blessing of Palandial and Vracus to protect you from all danger on your journey. Here, a talisman. Whenever you look at it, think of me.
Frala winks at you mischievously.
And of getting me a nice present.
All right. Added to your inventory. All right. I'm sorry. I didn't mean... I skipped the line. When I hand her the gift, she goes, "Oh, this is so wonderful." We saw it actually in the live stream event I did too. I don't think I can go back to do it again without like starting the game over. So we're not going to worry about it. But she basically says, "I'm going to miss you. This is such a kind gift." And then she gives me a gift too. So anyway. I'm kind of think like I'm supposed to be like kind of like a dad figure a little bit to her, and then obviously I think this is her daughter, maybe, or another child. So just interesting, very well done story. It's a very cool story plot. I just clicked the wrong button, or that's why it skipped it. I'm gonna have to remember that from now on for the series. I just will not touch no button touching. Well, there is voice acting happening or a story happening, so it doesn't skip a line. All right, so are we done? Can I leave? We're going on an adventure? We're going on an adventure! Baruch Khazad!
How nice to see you again, Lot Yonan. It must have been an age since we last met face to face.
Nudin, welcome. Please, sit down.
No, thank you, my friend. These are urgent matters, and I don't have much time. You must come to Leos Nudin immediately. The perished land is stirring.
Are you
Is
sure?
he related to the Goblin
What makes you
King?
think that?
I found out about 60 orbits ago during a visit to the borders. Our magical barriers have weakened and become porous. The Elfar have left their land, and a huge horde of orcs have marched into Girdlegard.
Were you able to strengthen the spell with your magic?
No. I can't repair the damage alone. We need the combined power of the 6. The other 4 are already on their way here, but we need your help too.
I will set off for Parista without delay.
Oh, and as you're coming, could you also take the opportunity to bring back the things that I lent to you?
Of course. I have them already packed in a bag.
Oh, thank you. We'll be expecting you.
A bag? That's not the bag he gave me, right? Right?
Utterly blinded by the sunlight, you squeeze your eyes tightly shut after only a few steps.
Just like my
the
lights in
time
my room.
spent underground has made you so sensitive to light that you're forced to seek shelter in the shade of a mighty oak.
Okay. So, wow, look at this map. Listen to this music. Oh my gosh, it's so big. What? How? Oh my goodness, this is huge, this map. Interesting. So that must be the north over there? It's like all snowy over here, and there's like a desert here. There's a little oasis. This is so cool. There's a marsh. Can I zoom in too? Oh, I can. Cool. Well, here we go. Continue our journey.
You reach a small lake by a birchwood. Your feet hurt and your eyes still sting in the unaccustomed sunlight. But a smile spreads across your face nonetheless. You've covered a decent distance on the first day of your big journey. You pitch your camp and lie down to sleep on the hard forest floor. When you awake in the morning, your legs are stiff and achy. Trying not to feel sorry for yourself, you throw your rucksack over your shoulder. You're a dwarf, and dwarves don't complain.
Yep. I guess I'll go this way. And then maybe this way?
Around midday, with the sun high in the sky and the first beads of sweat appearing on your forehead, you see something move next to the road, a few hundred meters ahead. Some crows are pecking at something in the long grass. When you see the blood on the ground, you try to convince yourself it's from an animal that just happened to be killed on the road by a hunter. You know this is improbable, and your hope disappears completely when you see two human bodies lying in the flattened grass.
This gear is cool. The loading gear. It's pretty cool on the side there. Alright, wow. These graphics are kind of awesome. What the heck? Okay. So I have the gift, the scarf she made me, and of course, and then I give the girl the thing we crafted, the lucky charm or whatever. Magical artifacts in the bag. We don't really know though.
A slender man lies in front of you, dressed in an expensive robe. It is in the colors of Turgur the Fair-Faced, one of the 6 magi. The dead man must be one of Turgur's famuli. You don't see any wounds.
Ivrakus.
There are some narrow stab wounds in the man's chest. The cuts are too big to have been made by arrows, but too small for sword wounds. You look down on a tall, broadly built man. He's wearing dark brown leather armor that is strengthened with iron plates. There's a sword lying next to him. Was he trying to defend himself against something? Or someone? There is no blood on the sword.
The music complements what's happening extremely well, by the way. Throw that out there.
The man has the same incisions. It's clear that both men were killed by the same weapon. But what that weapon might be, you cannot say. A rucksack that probably belonged to one of the dead. It seems to have been searched and then thrown away carelessly. You find a few implements, some provisions, and a map. A route is drawn on it from Parista, Nudin's capital, to Lotjonen's vaults.
Does this mean that Turgur the Fair-Faced is in Parista and wanted to send Lotjonen a message? And if so, why didn't he use magic? Did he want to contact him without anyone noticing? Why all this secrecy?
Interesting. I'm gonna like explore a little bit, run around, see if there's anything else I missed.
Nothing. Nothing again.
You halt. There is something.
Another rucksack.
You open the rucksack and recognize that someone has already rummaged through it. As well as some implements and writing utensils, you find a pouch full of gold and a talisman. The gold is proof that this is not a case of robbery.
Well, They don't need the gold anymore.
Warmth and a feeling of security flush through your body as you touch the talisman. You feel safer just holding it in your hand.
I'm taking you with me.
Got some experience, got a little bit of gold. Anything else to search around here? I don't see anything. You can kind of move with the middle. When you put down the middle roller, you can kind of look around. Mouse wheel is what I'm talking about.
You don't see any signs of a struggle in the area where the corpses are lying. Were they stabbed by a companion? A stranger could hardly have crept up on them with such sparse cover.
Can't go up there, so there's kind of invisible walls still. So it's still a guided story in that way. Well, I guess we'll keep going.
You scour the area once more and ask yourself what to do next.
We'll bury the dead, because that would be respectful. Especially if
It's
we're taking
time-consuming and strenuous work digging shallow graves in the ground with a stick and covering the corpses with a few stones. But it should at least keep the crows from their feasting for a while. You continue on your way so as to put a few more miles between you and your grisly find before night falls.
All right, and now for this first episode, this is where I got in when I played for my birthday stream. This is how far we got. This was it. So we'll go another few minutes here for this video, and then we'll continue the next episode later. So I'm gonna go. Let's see. I think we'll go this way. Oh, interesting. That's moves over that other tile. Go to Farmstead.
As the gable end of a small farmhouse and a barn appear from behind a hilltop, you hear the loud cries of children at play. A girl runs along the path laughing, followed by a small boy with a big stick in his hand. The boy is trying to catch up his sister with a determined look on his face, but is finding it difficult to keep his short legs under control on the uneven path.
Stay where you are and continue to watch what happens. Walk towards the children and greet them amicably. Give the farm a wide berth and continue on your journey. Gosh, if it was me, if I was the dwarf, I would say hi. But they're probably going to run away.
You walk towards the children. As you raise your hand to greet them, the boy catches sight of you. His eyes grow wide, and he points to you with a chubby little finger. All he can manage to say is, "There." Now the girl has turned to face you too. Before you can say a word, she lifts her little brother up into her arms and runs screaming towards the farmhouse.
Now I feel bad. I had a feeling that might happen. Obviously, I want to explain to the parents what happened. That's what they're hoping you're doing. Or I could just not. I'm going to do it anyway.
Without rushing, you follow the children to the farmhouse, into which they've disappeared. After a few moments, they reappear, accompanied by their parents. Their father is a thick-set man with grey hair.
I am Opacha. This is my wife, Remsa.
The blonde woman nods a greeting almost imperceptibly and clasps her daughter tightly to her. She looks you over with an anxious expression.
It's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Tungdal.
You try to make your voice sound as harmless as possible.
Your wife seems worried. Have two travelers passed by the few days?
I'm sorry if I scared your wife and children.
The man waves dismissively.
No. It's just that my fair woman is especially jumpy these days.
The orcs have been spotted near Calmstead. You should take it more seriously.
The farmer's wife clutches her daughter even tighter before the girl finally protests. The boy steps forward excitedly and cuts the air with his stick.
If strangers come, we're supposed to run away, but I can hit them too.
Opatya pats his son on the head, laughing.
We're safe. The orcs have no reason to come so far north.
Wouldn't it be better to move to one of the bigger villages if there are orcs around?
The farm is our livelihood. We can't just leave the place. The fields don't look after themselves. King Tilagorn's cavalry will take care of the orcs, or Lord Yonan and his magi.
But the cavalry can't be everywhere at once. Even a handful of orcs would be enough to finish us.
Once the seeds are planted, I'll build the hideaway, just as you wish. But what use is a hideaway if we've nothing to eat in the autumn?
What if I helped build it? Have you do, let's see, so one is, I'll read it because it's a little small, even though you guys should be able to read it too, right? You should build the hideaway immediately so that you're safe from the orcs. You'll starve without a harvest. Sow first and build the hideout. 3, have 2 travelers pass by these. I think they should build it first.
If there are orcs in the area, then you shouldn't waste any time. Build that hideaway.
The dwarf is right.
Remsa gives you a thankful smile before turning to her husband.
We'll take care of the other problems when we come to them. The most important thing is that we're safe.
Opatya stays silent for a moment, a gloomy expression on his face, before shrugging his shoulders.
All right then. Dwarves do know best when it comes to orcs.
Alright, have you seen 2 travelers pass by here the last few days?
Over the last few days, have you seen 2 travelers heading east?
Opatya looks at his wife, but she shakes her head.
Why do you ask?
I found them. 2 dead bodies on the side of the road. A good day's march east from here.
Dead bodies?
She hastily covers her son's ears.
Was it orcs?
Remsa, what would orcs be doing up here? It was probably just bandits.
You bid farewell and set off on your way. The children follow you for a while before saying their goodbyes in laughter and running back towards the farm.
That's better. It's more like it. Alright, so... there's a question mark here. What is this?
You see a flickering light through the trees some way from the path. It might come from a campfire.
If it's orcs, that would be bad. Approach the fire audibly so that you don't frighten anybody. Sneak closer to find out who lit the fire. Ignore the fire and continue on your way regardless. We're gonna... normally I'd approach it audibly, but... we think orcs are around. I'm gonna say sneak closer.
You creep
first.
through the undergrowth towards the fire, but can't prevent your armor from clattering and small twigs from breaking under every heavy step you take. You curse quietly to yourself, but go on until you can see what's going on. 3 broad-shouldered men with axes sit at a campfire, on which 2 rabbits are sizzling. It's only thanks to the fact that the men are joking loudly with one another and not paying attention to their surroundings that they haven't discovered you yet.
It would be very bad if these are the 3 men that killed the other 2 travelers on the road. Oh gosh, oh gosh, we're just gonna approach the men and talk. We'll find out. I could take 3 of them, right?
Once you reach the edge of the firelight, you say amicably,
"Greetings. My name is..."
The men jump up and grab their axes.
Who's there?
Well, I'll be. Is that a groundling?
The men look you over suspiciously.
Sorry for the intrusion. With whom do I have the pleasure? I'm a traveler. I would have nothing against a warm fire, some company. Put your weapons down, then we can talk. To the intrusion.
My name is Tungdil. May I know with whom I have the pleasure?
Uh-oh. They show all their faces.
A perfect stranger, a groundling speaking like a king. We are woodcutters. Talk our language, or better still, get lost.
I only wanted to be polite.
Sod your politeness and your pretty words, groundling, and be off with you.
The man strengthens his grip on the axe and glares at you with sinister yellow eyes.
Alright. Put down your weapons or I'll be forced to wield mine. We're gonna go with alright. I'll go if I'm not welcome here.
You shrug your shoulders indifferently and take 3 small steps backwards without taking your eyes off the men.
All right, if I'm not welcome here, then I'll go.
Good. And don't even think about coming back to stab us in the back or steal from us. We'll keep guard. There's nothing here for groundling scum.
Wow. Okay, number 1 is I'm no thief and certainly no murderer. I just wanted to see why there was a fire burning. Or 2, leave the men without saying a word and go back to the path. I have a feeling if I do 1, something is going to happen, meaning they're going to get angry. Because maybe they're the murderers? We're gonna go with 1.
Your heart is pounding, and you confront the man a little more courageously than you feel.
I'm no thief, and I'm certainly no murderer. I only wanted to see if...
Pah! All groundlings are thieves and good-for-nothings.
You find it difficult to take control of your voice again.
Have you met many dwarves?
Enough to know that you're all dirty thieves.
4 flaggers attack! Think about it. I'm a dwarf. I don't use my axe for chopping down trees. Alright. I don't want to fight him.
The next morning, visions of axes, faces full of hate, fists and heavy boots flicker through your befuddled mind. Your first attempt to move fails when pain shoots through every bone, every muscle, and every nerve in your body. It's a long time before you manage to sit up and tend to your wounds in the early sunlight. There's no trace of the woodcutters. They must have thrown you into the undergrowth near the campfire once they were finished with you.
What? They attacked me? It doesn't look like any of my stuff was taken, though. They just beat me up? Okay, well. That happened.
You reach the banks of the Warder and can see Axeldale on the other side, but there isn't a bridge for far and wide. The fishermen's boats glide over the water, which sparkles in the sun. None of the men seem to notice you while they throw out their nets.
View the scene for a while.
You look at the cold, dark water. The current seems so strong that they could carry off even the most experienced of swimmers. And you aren't even a mediocre one. You once read a legend in a book. Elria, the goddess of water, did not like the children of the forge and cursed the dwarves, so that they would drown in any waters beyond their kingdoms. The main reason that dwarves avoid water to this day.
Just a little side note, dwarves in Lord of the Rings can swim, okay guys? So just a little side note. This isn't Lord of the Rings though. Called in here, but we're gonna say a little lore occasionally here. It's interesting to see how people do the lore differently for every race and different stories and genres. Call the nearest fisherman to ask him across the river. We're gonna continue our journey.
You leave the peaceful banks of the river behind you and continue on your way.
On our way. And with that, we're going to save it there. Hope you all have a great day in Middle-earth. I'm going to save this one as our main story. Our being everyone watching the videos. Alright? Saves. So I will see you guys in the next episode of Voice of the Rings, The Dwarves. I'm your host and guide, Zollin Ironshield. As always, have a great and wonderful day in Middle-earth. I hope you'll have a fun time joining me for this series. I think it'll be really, really fun. And again, like, subscribe, follow me on Facebook, X, join our Discord. We also play on a bunch of other cool games like Lotro, Return to Moria. Check them out, and you can check out my voiceover series that I do on Lotro, and you can check out my guides for I have a bunch of different games and a bunch of other stuff. I have Replica reviews too. Just in case you're brand new and you just found me with this channel, check out all my playlists. They're all organized. We're a Tolkien channel, and I do gaming too, voiceovers, but I really love Lord of the Rings. So that sounds fun. Have a great day in Middle-earth, and I'm at your service and your families. Baruch Hazad, Kuzad I menu. Stay happy, my friends. See you in the next one. This is a good game. I'm excited. This will be fun to play through.